Hello and welcome to another EVGA on the Tube video. One of the questions we get at EVGA is how to set up RAID and how to configure it. So today we're going to talk about how to set up RAID, how to configure it in both Windows XP and Vista, and get you up and running as quickly as possible. So now I'm going to set up my RAID setup, and let's talk a little bit about what RAID means. RAID stands for Redundant Array of Independent Disks, and it's a technology that allows you to run 2 or more hard drives in various different configuration modes. However, today we're going to focus on RAID 0 and RAID 1, which are probably the most common forms of RAID. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my 2 Western Digital Velociraptor hard drives, plug these in, and if you notice I have these on SATA ports 0 and 1. And my CD drive, which also is serial ATA, is plugged into SATA 3. Now that I have my system up and running, the first thing I'm going to do is go into the system BIOS. And I'm going to go down to Integrated Peripherals and go into the RAID config. I'm going to enable RAID, and I'm going to enable RAID on only the slots that I have installed the hard drives into. In this case, it is serial ATA port 1 and 2. After I've done that, I'm going to save and exit. Now that the system is rebooting, the first thing that we will do is go into the RAID setup utility. You can see the screen has popped up and asked me to press F10 to go into this, so I'll do so. Now that I'm in the utility, the first option I have is RAID mode. Today we'll focus on 2 levels of RAID, a mirror and a stripe. Mirror is redundancy. Basically anything that's copied to one drive is also copied to the second drive, so you always have a backup of your data. Or a stripe, which is performance mode. These are also known as RAID 1 and RAID 0 being stripe. So we're going to go ahead and set up a stripe, and you'll notice that it recognizes my free disks, both 300 gig Velociraptor hard drives. So I'm going to go ahead and press the right arrow key on both of these to add these to the array. Next I will press F7 to finish, and you'll notice the screen has popped up and told me that all data will be overwritten on these, so all my data will be erased. So make sure to take note of that. Also, it will clear the master boot record. After that has been done, you'll notice that I have a 558 gig stripe, so it effectively combined both of my hard drives into one hard drive, giving me better performance and quicker access. The next thing I want to do is set this as a bootable drive, so I'll press B to set it as a bootable drive. After that, press Ctrl X to exit. So now we'll show you the installation method on Windows Vista. I've already entered my product key, so the next screen I'm greeted with is the installation method. I will click Custom, and the good thing about Vista is you've noticed that it's already detected my RAID array, 558 gigs in a stripe. However, this is not always the case, and you may need to install RAID drivers. If you need to do this, you select Options and you select Load Driver. After this, I'll select my RAID array and I will click Next. Windows Vista is now installing. Now let's try this again with Windows XP. So now I'm installing Windows XP, and the first thing that you'll see pop up on the screen, it says press F6 if you need to install a third-party driver. In this case, yes, because it is a RAID driver that I need to install. So now I'm ready to actually install the RAID drivers. One of the unfortunate things about Windows XP is it requires you to manually install drivers from the floppy disk. It cannot be installed in any other fashion. It has to be from a floppy disk. So I'm going to go ahead and press S to specify an additional device. I'm going to select the NVIDIA RAID class driver and press Enter. Then I'm going to press S again, because I actually need both of these drivers. So I'm going to go down to the NVIDIA Enforce Storage Controller and press Enter. Now my RAID drivers are loaded and Windows XP is ready to install. So I press Enter to continue with the installation process as normal. So there you have it. Our RAID is up and running and ready to go. For more information on EVGA products, please visit our website at www.evga.com. Or to be a part of our community, please visit our forums at forums.evga.com. Thanks again, and see you next time.